It is round 7 time this October. We're just getting our hearts broken all the time. I see y'all's comments. Big shout out. Except for you, this one hurt me. I already did a reaction video. I got a blue screen of death. Anyway, we're gonna watch it together. Just know I already freaking watched it and the video's gone. I may not have the music playing on this channel, so you can watch it straight from Vino's channel. I'll have the video linked in the bottom below. We begin round 7 by the camera panning up to Till. He's holding his ear, which used to be the collar. That indicates the sentiment they're feeling. Something's off in their charts. Maybe they're feeling unwell. Maybe they're feeling really excited. Their heartbeat is abnormal. There's some sort of stressor there. The sentiment of blink on will be prevalent throughout this song, but the way that they both start off is a bit different. With Till, he starts off by saying, "A blink gone, I can't let it go." Unlike Till, where he says he can't let go of the moment, Luka says, "Just enjoy it." It then starts panning up to Luka. The way his outfit is drawn, where the back is kind of pulled apart, it looks like he is a patient at a hospital. And even with Till, there's a little thing on his outfit that looks like a stethoscope, so it's almost like patient and doctor here. I may be totally wrong on this part, but I thought I'd mention it. A doctor has to keep their heart steady. A patient may be more scared in the moment. And as you can see from their reactions, they're kind of the opposite of that. He also continues the song with a "let's go," his little ad-lib, similar to the whistle in round 5. He's always in control of the song. When Till is saying his lyrics, here is so much anger. For him, he is leading the song with his emotion. And he's looking at the aliens with a lot of disdain. Aliens, which I might add, are incredibly closer to him than in any other stages they've had throughout this show. We see Till's owner watching aliens cheering right next to him while he is looking at Till very seriously. It pans to Luka, who looks ethereal in the moment, and his glowing green lights. From there, it transitions to the room where Hyuna and Mizi are hacking a computer, and in this moment, Hyuna is bleeding out. Hyuna is struggling. She is wincing in pain. Meanwhile, Mizi is looking at the screen, seeing her last friend, her last person in Anakt garden, there singing his heart out, trying to survive. Till is spitting out these lyrics in a blink gone. And as he's saying these lyrics, Luka is just dancing along in a very smooth and happy tone. He's like feeling the music. The lights are flashing green for Till, despite the bottom shining for Luka with all the merchandise for him. There are these robots that are flying across the sky. I'm very curious if that has to do with Hyuna. Maybe it's just the things that are trying to find them as they are fugitives. Till is playing on a holographic guitar. Meanwhile, violin is being played by Luka. Hyuna can see that Mizi wants to go and help Till, and she tries to stop her, but it is to no avail. Mizi grabs her arm back and starts running, despite Hyuna's pleading look. Hyuna slams her arm in anger. Back on stage, Till starts to see things in red. His visionary with red is very intense, and Mizi is able to sneak past the guards with a bomb. A bomb that looks a lot like the Freddy guitar from round 2. As for Hyuna, her files are beginning to download. It is unlocking some type of file. In this moment, Luka is trying to do his old tricks. Luka approaches Till very similar to the way Ivan approached him. He touches his neck, touches his lip, bringing back memories from the trauma from round 6. This is similar to what he did with Mizi. He's bringing back painful memories. This time, he's laughing about it. They continue singing, beat out one another, but Luka is very evidently winning here. Till is looking distressed. They're so close to almost having all the files unlocked, but right now, Till's demeanor is getting worse and worse as more memories are brought up. He's starting to look like he's ready to fall over, and this is when Luka does another move to just freak him out. But unlike with Mizi, who had no one to break her out of this moment, Till does. He sees Mizi in the crowd, gets so excited, runs over to her, reaches out, and she reaches back. Luka watching in confusion, not sure what exactly is making him so happy. And then he is shot. A memory of his starts playing when him and Mizi were hiding. It is his final memory. It is a memory that brought him joy. But in reality, what he's seeing is Mizi crying over him, the tears landing on his forehead. He reaches out to her one last time before his hand falls to his side. Standing a bit further back is Luka and Hyuna. Hyuna's holding her stomach as she is still hurt, and Luka's looking at her with surprise. I wonder if he even notices that she is hurt. The title final appears, and you see Luka and Till. Till's light goes out as Luka reigns on top. The aliens played off Mizi and Hyuna's appearance as special guests, placing them next to each other very ominously. Hopefully it doesn't mean that there's a battle between them. The clock goes tick tock, kind of showing us that right now, this is the final round and there is no escaping it. Time is gonna move on whether we like it or not. It's because this moment is also their final moment. So they are quite literally how some people say party like this is your last day on earth, you know? Have fun like this is your last day on earth. The colors that they wear a lot indicate how they are feeling, whether they are feeling healthy, mentally well, are they stressed out? Green obviously meaning they are okay. Red, well, not so much with Till. He is stressed. Here we see Luka. His is green. As he's singing, he looks completely peaceful and serene. We get like a clear indication of how these rounds go back to back. It makes sense because like why would a whole crowd show up to see one round, right? But it never clicked in my head fully like it did for round 1 through 3, right? I know for sure those were all like the same day. This happened right after Till lost Ivan. Imagine that round 6 and then going straight into round 7. He looks so fucking... I feel so bad for him. And this thing looks so good, but as you can see, it almost looks holographic. His looks very real. The strings look holographic though. Maybe not. Hyuna does not want her to go out there, but Mizi... I want to know who this monster is. Is this the monster that was in round 6? Because he kind of looks like him. I might be wrong. I hope it is him, and I hope Hyuna hurts him. Oh, shoot, her hand. It was the hand that was holding her wound. She doesn't want to go out there, and it's something that's really freaking her out. Wait, why does Till's pants look like that? They look like they're soaked in blood, you know? Relish the present. What was that? Missing! In this moment, he's also thinking about Mizi being missing. I wonder if I can catch it again. So here we see another instance of these aliens that look like objects, right? And he's crying because he doesn't want to get blown up. He says no. As I'm thinking about this further, I'm hurting myself more. Let's listen to the lyrics and think back to the moment that Ivan and Till escaped Anakt Garden and there was a fiery comets coming out of the sky. In the lyrics it says, "Neither yesterday nor tomorrow exists for me. It's this moment or no. We are either gonna escape or we're not." They could have escaped the garden and maybe Ivan would be alive if they had made that decision. I want to know who's the author of this song. If you don't have any context of the other rounds, Till made the song for Mizi in his round 2. Luka made the song for round 5. And in this, it kind of makes me lean more Till making the song. I'm probably gonna get told I'm wrong later. In this moment, let's just have that context, have that in mind. The dark crimson air. Red, right? It's nighttime. Embraces us, the two of them, when they were kids, lifting our spirits. They were happy. They were finally free. The fiery thrill blazes out to the sky. I really think that's what it's talking about. I want us to note the differences between how he's acting now and how he acted in round 5. Round 5, Luka was acting like a swan. He was acting like a graceful, elegant being, and here he's acting more like... I thought he was just getting cocky because this is the final round, but it seems like he is trying to be like Ivan. He's a model. Remember that time where he was like, I don't know if he was leaning on his hand or something? He looked very confident, like he was pulling you in. In these instances, so does Luka. His behavior between this one and round 5 are very different, and it's because he's emulating Ivan. And in this moment, obviously, it's very messed up because he's recalling Till's trauma in more ways than one. I feel like his smile is more brilliant here than it was at the beginning of the video. He seems even more thrilled once he sees Till completely distressed. Okay, listen. Here we have, please, Luka fans, don't hate me for this. I think he has a gorgeous voice, but I've never seen such a shit-eating grin than in this moment. This man, oh my goodness, what is this? Here, Till is singing his heart out. Look at that. He goes blazes out to the sky and he's like holding that note. And this guy, boy, barely a second goes, oh my god, he starts giggling. I can't even catch it. It's literally in a blink, dude. Giggling, gaggling, can't hold it in. Oh my god. Bro, this is his last moments. I can't believe him. I've never seen a man cheese so much. Here's the full image. Very important. He's saying, leave no regrets. Don't miss the moment. And Luka was singing it. He was like all about it. But when Ivan's singing it, his face is contorted in complete distress and complete mess here. it just sucks. And you see here, Till second, Luka first. He knows what's happening to him. It's also interesting because the way he's singing now, the way he's playing his guitar now, it looks like he's actually fighting for his life. In round 5, 6, he did not have this spirit in him. And it seems like he wants to be able to stay alive for the person that gave up his life for him. Sorry, I got really excited during this part, so I started messing up. It actually turns out to be a hologram. That guitar, it turns out to be not real. Oh, I hate it so much. Don't they look like they're wearing the same outfit? A similar outfit. Oh, wow. And just in a moment, all it was is a moment. His positioning is intelligent. I don't know if they're the same height or not. Ivan, we know, is tall. And when he's kind of like bending down, he lifts his face up to like make himself the height difference. I don't know if that is anything. I can't tell their heights apart. Guys, okay. This is super important. In a blink of an eye, Till's complete mood changes. Till's spirit completely changes. He goes from being distressed and scared, and his eyes turn pink for a moment. That rift changes everything. He sees Mitzi. He's able to recognize her in the crowd. I mean, she, to him, is finally safe and okay. He couldn't feel like more elated in that moment. You can even tell, once I get the frame right, look at him. He's panicking. In that moment, he's like, what just changed? Wait, I just ruined you. What happened? Oh, his pupils dilated. His pupils got so big for a moment. You can see it in that tiny screen. He's worried. He's like, what happened? He's trying to keep it calm. His light indicator is green now, and look at him. He is so pissed off. He's so mad. He's like, what is he happy for? What does he have to smile for? Why is he not freaking out? Till is captivated that he sees Mitzi alive, probably in this moment questioning, is he really seeing her? Oh, he's so happy. He walks over to her. He stops singing, which is when me and my brother started panicking the first time we watched this, because we were like, oh my god, don't do that. She and him, they're reaching out to each other, her eyes gleaming. This is the last friend that she has from Anakt Garden. And in that moment, Luka wins and Till is taken out. As she's reaching for him, just like she was when he was being hurt, he imagined her kind of like reaching out, saving him in a way. It's a similar moment. And it does show you that, in a way, he does know her character. I will say, from what I learned, that she is pretty close to Ivan. She's really close to Sua. Till is still a friend of hers. You know, she still gives him a present. And they have their moments. He's probably someone that she doesn't know as much, but it doesn't mean that she doesn't know him at all. What I'm curious about is if this is right after the whole guard dog situation, because he looks very beaten up. So it does seem like that. This may be the very last thing that Till thinks of before he passes away. And you can see this was a moment of stress for him. Maybe for a couple reasons. The alien, the robots things, and Mitzi being so close. He's so shy. She's so cute. Oh, it's precious. And look at hers. Hers is green. She's perfectly feeling safe with him. They're holding each other. He's able to feel her and touch her before he passes away. There's something that actually kills me. If you go and listen to this part, 3:16, I will follow it, okay? We'll do this together. You hear him holding his breath. It's like a moment of complete silence. And then you hear this little dun, 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 dun. Almost like his heart is slowing down. Dun, dun, dun. And silence. The crowd is cheering. He is gone. His heartbeat is soft and airy. It's reminiscent of childhood, and it also sounds like an xylophone, which is a present that he got when he was in Anakt Garden. If we think back to Mitzi's round 1, it also mimics it quite a lot, how the aliens were all cheering for them passing away, but also just cheering for her reaching out to him. It's all entertainment to them. Why does this... Wait, oh my god, okay, please tell me this is wrong. This may be completely wrong, but his shoes look red too. I don't remember his outfit or his pants in particular in the scene before, but I remember the pool of blood that was on Ivan. I don't know if it's calling back to it or if it really is Ivan's blood on his pants and shoes. I hope not. I hope not. Anyway, we're gonna keep moving on. In a blink, Till is gone. In a blink, Mitzi lost the last friend that she had. In a blink, his facade is gone too. Look at him. This is maybe the first time I think in round 5 there are moments where we see him a little bit, but here we really see it as he is face to face with his past. Hyuna. And Hyuna, she looks... I think she was trying not to come on stage and trying not to be met with him. I mean, she could very well be arrested right now and lose her entire mission. I don't know what is going on in their heads. I will say, when I watched it earlier before I lost the tape of this, I was screaming about Till because I wanted Till to be alive so badly. I wanted him to be the winner so badly or escape with these two so badly. He has suffered so much and he has never met a moment of peace. And the one time he gets a moment of peace, it is taken away from him right after. He gets a second, a blink before it's gone. For the people that would say, Ivan's still alive, Ivan's alive. I get it now. You saw that character alive for months. He's been alive and now he's just gone. In one video, he is gone. That's how I feel about Till. My brain will not comprehend that he's gone and it doesn't want to. He tries so badly to tell her something. Luka's hair also looks a lot more outgrown than before, but maybe I'm just delusional. This one is an interesting frame. I feel like I've missed something because Ivan here is crying. I don't know when this happened. It's also on the side of Luka here. So maybe it's also like he's crying for him using him against Till like this. Kind of a stretch there. Like how he's trying to be him, trying to be Ivan. This image looks a lot like Luka. Like something Luka would do. Like Luka holds himself like that in a couple frames. And I've seen him cry in a couple of the pictures in Vivino's page. So, I mean, I know Ivan's just as capable, but to me it does look like a combo of them in this specific image. When I take myself out so you can actually see what I'm talking about. I love this moment, this specific moment, because it reminds me of the fan art of him shimmying over to Till. What I'm curious to see is, again, the author of this song, because if Till wrote this song, this being his final song, it has to do with him losing everyone that he loves in the blink of an eye. You know, that's something that sat with him. That's something that he could not stop thinking about. So that would be kind of hard to write within the time frame. You know, these rounds being like kind of back to back, because here Hyuna, I imagine she's not bleeding out for hours and hours and I'm not sure. It could have been maybe that he wrote this with Mitzi in mind when she went missing. That's true, then maybe it's because they had to take a time break between round 5 and round 6. The next thing I'd like to know is what's gonna happen between these two. You can't leave us hanging here. Like, I need to know their history. Spelled out clear as day. I don't know who's more scared of confronting their past here. Their expressions are both not completely like, hey, come here, give me a hug, you know? It's not giving that. If you wish Till was still alive, please like this video. This concludes the portion analyzing video. However, there are still things in Vivino's Patreon page that give some perspective to the video itself. You can join as a free member for Vivino's Patreon. Apply filter, and hey, now you get to see some of the stories and where I get a lot of my news from. So here we see the guardians of the 3 finalists. Lucas is Heperu. They are aiming for a consecutive win at Alien Stage, revealing the secrets behind creating Luka. Luka is up for 2 consecutive wins. What is your secret? Most just focus on training at Anakt Garden, but that's like growing a flower in a greenhouse. We need to actually understand the pet humans better. One specific thing I can share is the importance of practicing to overcome fear. Luka has been training to overcome fear from a young age, so naturally he outperforms the others. However, no matter how hard you train, I suppose it's no use if the pet human isn't talented. From what I saw, Luka gets trained to like control his heartbeat. You can see how much of a strain it is for him. Imagine your heartbeat. And maybe for people that have sleep paralysis, I've had sleep paralysis, you can understand how difficult it is to control your heartbeat. Like when you have sleep paralysis, your heart is slow and your mind is racing. The contrast of it makes you feel like, I need to wake up right now. Wake me up right now. My body can't take this. So I don't know if that's what Luka's experiencing, but from what I've experienced, it puts you in a state of panic. I'm guessing that is how he's kind of controlling his fear. You have other training methods besides that? Luka was born because I created him. His looks, dancing, stage presence. Interesting. What does he mean by he created him? Was he lab born? Or are you just saying like you created him as a concept of what he is on Alien stage? As many of you have seen in the interviews, he's the first human in Anakt Garden's history to achieve perfect scores in all subjects. He is the only human to receive full marks in famously difficult expression of music, of course. I'd pray for another human like Luka to emerge from Anakt Garden, but that's quite unlikely. Even if the universe collapses, my role is to create as many stages for Luka to showcase his talent. He is wanting Luka to be a repeated member of Alien Stage. Like, we already know that. When does it end? It seems extremely competitive. Were there any unexpected situations during training? It would be a lie to say there weren't any tough moments, but I endured them, which is why Luka is where he is now. He owes his success to me, and naturally, he should be grateful. Of course. Who else is there? He is very confident in his abilities to train the very best of the best. Guardian Yurak, sure of his victory till the ultimate weapon. You'll see in this, he treats him almost like a prized fighting dog. His answers are short. He doesn't take as much pride about being a teacher. His intelligence, because you can see with this guy, he also thinks he's like super intelligent and thinks he knows the best ways to raise a star. Yurak only wants money, winning money, prize money. That's it. This is not your first time participating in Alien Stage. How is Till different from the other pet humans you have raised? If this is not his first time participating, but they're not mentioning that he has raised any winners, it kind of shows that he keeps putting in his pets, but they aren't coming out alive. He has a very strong personality. I tried to suppress it, but it didn't quite work out. He should know his talents is what kept him alive. Till has been quite a sensation with his unique performances. What are your thoughts? Winning is all that matters. As he is acknowledged for his music, many are curious about his education. How did you train Till in music? You need to discover their strengths as soon as possible. Do you think it's possible for Till to win? I believe it's possible, considering the investment I made. I'm trying not to make this a full-out analysis, but I just found something from Aria, and it's really, really good. I'm gonna summarize a small portion of it. Their actual post has many different things on it. What they noted about the Guardians. Till was trained on Luka videos. I thought it was a form of punishment to watch old Alien Stage, but now it makes sense with the Guardians. Heparu cared about controlling Luka's fear. Yurak cared about controlling Till in general, just making him to be the most brilliant singer, which is why he trained him on Luka's style. Well, where does that fall flat? You can't just teach someone to copy someone else's style without understanding why Luka is so great in the first place. He's not just a great singer, but he's also amazing on stage. He's an amazing performer because he's able to keep his composure. He's able to make sure that he is performing for the crowd, not for his feeling. But you see, Yurak does not care about this. He cares about money. He doesn't care about understanding. So he saw Luka does good, puts it in front of Till, and is like, figure it out. This intrinsically is the reason why he keeps putting his pets in there and they keep failing. He did not work on Till's fear. In fact, he made it way worse by constantly hitting him, and he used fear as a weapon against Till. So it wasn't like he was training him to control his emotions at all. So in that instance, Luka's greatest strength was not his musical abilities, but was able to stay calm when he is totally scared. So the Guardians here and their influencing these boys was very evident on how they reacted on stage. Guardian Unsha, raising pet humans is not about nurturing them, it's about the investment. How did you start raising Ivan? I wanted to give my wife a special gift for her birthday, and that was Ivan. So if we recall, this guy was very rich. He paid a hefty price for Ivan. There was something in his eyes, something different. I don't know if they're talking about his completely dead eyes, where he just didn't have, like, he didn't even have red eyes. There's no colors in his eyes when he saw him. And he seemed like the most promising one. I was just starting to venture into the pet human entertainment business, so the timing was perfect. What are your thoughts on Ivan's unexpected actions in round 6? It was disappointing as he essentially forfeited the stage. I thought he had great potential. We'll never know what he was thinking. That makes me curious. There's not really a sense of compassion or I miss him. And it's not that I expect it, but I'm going to point it out. This may be a sensitive subject, but I know you invested heavily in Ivan. Are the losses significant? Despite everything, I learned a lot from being with him. In my opinion, Ivan was worth the loss. Do you plan to participate in the next season? Well, I do think it's an industry worth investing in, but now I want to focus on something else. Another update I hadn't seen is this Anakt Garden Outstanding Student interview. I also want to mention there is a comment that I saw on Vivino's Twitter page where it shows Sua like having a sister, and the sister was kind of telling her like, oh, you're gonna die early. I won't say too much because I need to refresh my mind when I look at it, but it did show that their relationship was a bit difficult and there was a bit resentment there towards her sister. It affected the way that she kind of reacts and acts. In this interview, you will see keeping her answers very short. Meanwhile, Ivan talks a lot. And from what we know about Ivan, Ivan is the type of kid who did not know how to show his reactions well, so he practiced it so much. He would practice smiling, he would practice talking, so his answers are almost diplomatic in that sense. At the best music garden in the universe, amid the fervor of education, all students are showcasing their talents. The Anakt Garden Outstanding Student Award is especially a hot topic among parents. Please introduce yourself. Ivan goes, hello, my name is Ivan. I was selected as an outstanding student from the 50th class of Anakt Garden. I looked forward to this interview. Sua goes, I'm Sua, a student in the Anakt Garden 50th class. Short and simple. How do you feel about being selected as an outstanding student? Ivan goes, first of all, I'm very grateful for being selected as an Anakt Garden outstanding student. I used to admire my seniors who were very previously selected, and I am honored to have this moment come to me. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my guardian, Unsha, who has been generously supporting me, the teachers of Anakt Garden who have always provided great teachings, and my favorite fellow classmates who nominated me. Sua goes, thank you for selecting me as an Anakt Garden outstanding student. What efforts are necessary to be selected? Ivan goes, I believe it is the most important to listen carefully to what the teachers teach you, to always stay diligent. Teachers will have a good impression of you for your conduct, upright grades. It is essential to make a good habit in preparing for reviewing lessons and always strive to be good. Sua goes, managing your grades. You have a subject you are most confident in? This is one of the few responses that Sua talks a bit more about. Ivan goes, I would choose music and appreciation and interpretation. I have an interest in delving into the essence of things. The subject helps me deeply understand music, which in turn aids improving my skills. Sua goes, religion and music. My friends struggle with this subject, so it became my best subject since I had helped my friend with it. What I wonder is if she's talking about Mizi. And if she is talking about Mizi, she called Sua her god. And if she's calling Sua her god and trying to understand what does God mean, she probably thought so through these lessons together. Like, as she's learning about religion, she's like, well, you know what? Everything you're saying to me about like having faith in someone or something, I believe in you. You're what keeps me going. So maybe that's where she got that whole idea of calling Sua a god, through their lessons. Is it true that there are many quirks individuals at Anakt Garden? I don't think there are many, but we do have one classmate who exhibits the quirks equivalent to 10 people. Sometimes I wonder if they're even the same species as me. I'm sure they're talking about Till here. Till is very rambunctious and for those reasons can stick out amongst the other classmates. And Sua just goes, yeah, I think so. I understand that Anakt Garden has many challenging subjects. Can you share your study secrets? After each day ends, I prepare for review the lessons and do advanced studying during vacations. Among my peers is one with limited understanding, so I organize what I learned in my notes as if I were teaching them. Among my peers, one with limited understanding, I know I'm guessing I'm correlating them a lot with each other, but it might be Till here again. This is a funny way to say that. As if I were teaching them. If there is something I don't understand that day, I ask the teachers after school to figure it out, developing a habit of self-study, and most important. Sua goes, it's not really that hard. You just have to memorize what they teach you. I love Sua's responses because she's very much like, anyone can be in my position. And here, Ivan gives his schedule. His schedule ultimately will show you that he is waking up at 5:30 and going to sleep at 1:30. He is skipping lunch for personal time because personal time is important. But personal time lasts about 30 minutes here, perhaps. And then he also has more personal time that's an hour. So let's say that he has an hour and 30 minutes of personal time. He's skipping lunch, so he's only eating a light vegetarian meal and he's only eating dinner. Okay. With that in mind, he also points out the most crucial things an Anakt Garden schoolmates should note. Regular meals are good for you. Personal time is a must for refreshing your mind. This boy also gets about 4 hours of sleep. No good meals, no 3-course meals either, no regular meals except for dinner. as a actual meal. Having your own time is good, but make sure you don't disturb others. Maintaining mutual respect and clear boundaries helps sustain long-term friendship. See, this one is just like straight out of a book that's you're trying to like learn about people, and so you're saying, yeah, like this is how you make friendships, but you don't really know, but maybe. There's also some more contradicting things. He says maintaining a mutual respect and clear boundaries. He obviously crosses some boundaries, and he's not always mutually respectful to Till. And I think the irony is very clear. He'll say these answers, but may not live by them. And even when he's saying, among my peers is one with limited understanding, so I organized what I learned in my notes as if I were teaching them. Almost like he's like, okay, hey you, how about we study together, because clearly you're not getting the subject too well. How it sounds like. Sua keeps her schedule short and sweet. She goes, around 6 p.m. I wake up and do morning studies. Classes around 3 p.m. Free time, sometimes including a nap. Dinner, evening studies for sleep. 11 p.m. sleep. So at least she's getting around 7 hours of sleep. On her Twitter page, there's also these comic panels. This is supposedly like Sua's sister. You should at least keep your hair straight. You're so unkempt. Oh, be careful. So she's like helping her as she's slipping. Look at how happy Sua is. That's it. You need to be punished, Sua. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Back then, you were all I had, and that's why you scared me. I think Mother seems happy, and I might see the pink girl. Oh. Sua's talking about Mitzi to her sister. The sister taps her head or her cheek. Didn't I tell you fidgeting your toes like that is unseemly? I'll stop doing it. Oh, you're so cute. But Oni is worried about you. She has a scar on her eye, perhaps. Maybe it's just, part of how she looks, but it does seem like maybe she was hurt. I think she's worried about her sister, saying, you're so cute. But like she's trying to cover this moment by making it seem cute and fun and sweet. But really, she's also saying like, if you keep fidgeting, you're gonna get hurt. In that hellish place, I think talking about Anakt Garden, I'm worried our unkempt and stupid Sua will go pop and die. They say that the corpses fall from the sky. If weak little kids like you were to go pop and die, oh my god, okay. So if we see here, it looks like there's flakes falling down. Oh god. I didn't realize this. You can see the 4 walls of the Anakt Garden here. Something is falling from the sky. I think the sister is telling her that it is ashes. If weak little kids like you were to go pop and die, they'd burn you all in a hot fire. Yeah, ashes. Open the lid in the sky and sprinkle them over the living kids like snowflakes. There is a visual of this exact thing. I've tried for 5 minutes to find the picture of the kids looking up at the little freaking not snow, humans. Well, I can't find it. You're already dumb enough as is. What if you go to a place like that and just go pop and die? I pity you, Sua. That's messed up. As a sister, what is wrong with you with that? It does look like her eye maybe has been hurt, so she's kind of projecting here. She's like talking to herself and being like, you're so dumb, that's why you got hurt. So maybe pass that knowledge to your sister, but she did it in a horrible way. Honey's words scared me more than I could ever imagine. I couldn't stop thinking about going pop and dying much more than before. This poor girl. As you can see with her, she lives in fear. So much of her is like looking out into the world and having a very nihilistic view. Like everything is always going to have an ending. That's why when she meets Mitzi, she's able to be more bright and happy. But she lives with this fear. She doesn't tell Mitzi a lot of this, a lot of what she knows. Mitzi, even in her interview, has the idea to think that, oh yeah, we'll be fine. Let's just sing the song together and everything will be okay. She has a very positive view, even despite seeing the way that the other kids are treated. And she knows that there's some harm, but she chooses to live without fully acknowledging it. And here, Sua can come in and say something, and she doesn't. And it seems like it's because she doesn't want to have the same fear that her sister instills in her. But if I ever see you again, there's something I want to tell you no matter what. That you're wrong. You were the pitiful one all along. Rather than hell. I found you. You're that snowflake doll. Snowflake doll. I wonder if early on when she was saying, I'll see that pink girl again. This is like their second meeting from when they were in space and they were drifting out. Because she looked like a little doll. So, and she was dressed in all white. So maybe that's why she's saying she's that snowflake doll. Which is a little scary wording, Mitzi. Because we were just talking about how snowflakes are ashes. Maybe not right now. We can see in her hair is a whole universe, kind of calling back to how she is someone's whole universe, calling back to how they met, floating in the universe. Where else would I find such a heavenly garden? Stop. That's why you're wrong. Stop! Stop. Sorry. That is so sweet. Her sister called Anakt Garden hell, but that is where she met her angel, her love. So how can it be hell when to her it is heaven? And if she's truly thinking this might be her last things that she sees and thinks in her mind. Both Mizi, someone who instilled hope and comfort and warmth in her, versus someone who made her more cold and more scared of the world. Two different feelings when she passes. And that concludes my analysis of round 7 and all the updated posts since my last video. Which, by the way, if you guys want to watch that, I covered a lot of what happened before this final round. I will link it down below as well. So much for watching. I'm gonna go cry and forget that Till passed away because he didn't. Right, guys? Right? I'm glad we're on the same page. Please like the video if you're delusional like me. My name is Vela, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye!